Who are those there? Who can hear me? Who is there? My general, can you hear me? Who can hear me? Nobody is saying anything. Wow. My general, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, think. Pardon? No, I'm trying to connect. The voice is not coming up. I'm coming. Just a sec. Our network here is. Just 1 second. I'll be there now. I'm coming. I'll get there. Wow. Okay. Okay. You can hear me now, General. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Our internet
Our
has
internet
become
has become
problematic this
problematic
evening.
this evening. What can we do?
But you can as well
As
watch
well
on
watch on
YouTube
YouTube
and Facebook.
and Facebook. It's
Live
live
on
on
YouTube
YouTube
now.
now.
You
We
have
have
program.
program. Okay.
But still,
if
if
you
you
are
are
using
using
laptop,
laptop,
you
you
can
can
still
still
use
use
Facebook
Facebook
on
on
laptop.
laptop.
You cannot see me now. Okay. Okay, let me check it again. You
You
can
can
see
see
me
me
now.
now.
I'm trying to. I'm
I'm
trying to
trying to
see.
see.
I don't know how I saw
So
that.
that
Maybe
maybe
you
they
can
can
go
go
on
on
Facebook
Facebook
or
or
YouTube.
YouTube.
Okay, let me do so.
You can as well write that.
Because you know you're
You're
an
not
admin
made
there.
there.
The network is actually slow. This evening. Wow. It
It
wasn't
wasn't
like
like
this
this.
before. What can we do? Almost
Almost
three
three
persons
persons
now
now
are
are
quite
quite
difficult
difficult to.
Okay.
Okay.
Do,
Do
do you mean at the
you mean
beginning
at
of
the
the
beginning
program?
of the program?
Okay. There is really network
There's
problem.
really network problem.
Even on
Um,
almost all platforms
all
are
the
down.
platforms are down.
But of course, like this one now.
Like this one now, you.
That's true. You're correct. This is bad. It's really bad. It's really bad. Wow. Anyway. Good. I'm live on Facebook. So, it's, I'm live on Facebook. Wow. It's really That's succeeded in here. Hillary. Hillary, can you hear me? 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 Can you hear me? Can you hear me? that will interest us. Just know that you are with us this evening. Yes, know with us. Let us know you are with us, please. You are with us. Let us know you are with us. The number of present. Please. Also, put my
So the meeting is not supposed to take our time. So I was saying we are live on we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So don't know where you are connecting. But please, if you're on Facebook, make a comment so that we know you are the one watching, because we don't know who is viewing. And we are streaming on our Facebook group page. Yes, Facebook group page. Please, if you log in, let us know who is watching. Please. Let us know who is watching. Just say I am joining, or I am viewing, because right now somebody is watching on YouTube, but you don't know who is watching from YouTube. So please, let us know that you are the one. And we have about 6 persons also watching on Facebook. Then on Zoom we have about 5 persons present, 5 participants. And then please make a comment also on Zoom. I'll be sure you are hearing me. Please share the links to your friends. You want them to be part of this brief broadcast. Yes, we really intend to take time, but because of what the network has been doing, when we started. So, but be that as it may, please, if you are hearing me on Zoom, kindly make a comment. You can log out and log in so that you know whether the reception will be better from your end. So I welcome every one of you in the name of the Lord to this. Okay, thank you. Vivian is joining from Texas. Thank you. Uchechi is joining from Nigeria, Port Harcourt. Last one is joining from Lagos. God bless you. These are those who are on Facebook. Please kindly share the links to Amechi is joining from Port Harcourt. Amechi, please. God bless you. Doris is joining from Port Harcourt. God bless you. God bless you. Okay. Thank you for Udenna from Deputy State. Please let us manage the network. The network has been problematic this evening. It has never been this way recently. Juliet Chinoso, joining from Port Harcourt. Oh my God. So bless all of you. So without wasting time, you know me already. I'm Father John Paul Otochukwu, Father Onyemo. Yes, I will explain to you why I am Onyemo. And I won't be tired of explaining that. Uh, uh, you know what Onyemo stands for. So, person of the spirit. Not just because I'm a spirit. Okay. Hillary, God bless you. I can see your hand up on Zoom. God bless you. So, not just because I am the spirit and that's the Holy Ghost Father, but also because I am created in the image and likeness of God. And that I have explained in the past, especially when we did our January 21 days prayer and fasting program. So we are created, we are the image and likeness of God. So we share in the spirit nature of God. So to that effect, we are spirit people. But that said, stable. Wow. Sorry, those on Facebook, my internet is unstable. I'm sorry. This is happening this evening. It has never happened this way before. I don't know why. It has never happened this way before. Not we don't have fixed this. If the network has been this way, there's no way I will fix something like the program and then, oh my God. I'm sorry that this internet is epileptic. So sorry. My God. Oh my God. So, be that as it may, we continue with our program. Just we have to manage. The network is not strong. I don't know why. It has never been this bad in the recently. It has never been, if not. But that said, the soup broadcast I am giving this evening is aimed at uh, giving us a little orientation on what we have in mind. A little orientation if you were present or you participated or you watched the Divine Mercy prayer this afternoon. Towards the end of the oh my God. I'm sorry, this network is just misbehaving this evening. It has never been this bad recently. I don't know why the network is so bad this evening. I can't really explain. It has never been this epileptic. Okay, I know what to do now. Let's know what to do now. So we thank the Lord for His graciousness. As you can see, just give us a little time. Just a little time to be able to modify. Okay. So I don't know a number of us who are still there. Please, if you are there, could you make a comment, please, so that I know you are there. Okay, thank you, Hillary. God bless you. We're trying to see what we can do. The laptop is not coming up, so we didn't try to use the iPad now to see what we can do. The laptop is having a problem. It's unfortunate. Wow. So, who else can hear me apart from Hillary, Eugene, my joy, is my source of joy? Who else is there? Please, could you? Okay, Ogechi, Ngozi, Salem. God bless you. Who else? Who else? I'm sure that we are being heard. Okay. Okay. So, regarding our discussion, I'm trying to see to the extent we are live on YouTube. Wow. So we're making efforts also to have back our connection on YouTube. And I don't know how many of us who are connecting on Facebook now, whether they are still on there. Yes. Okay. Okay. Please, if you can hear me on Facebook, can you just make a comment? Just make a comment. You can hear on Facebook. Let us be sure. Please, about 4 persons. I'm seeing 4 persons live on Facebook. Please, if they are there now, just say we can hear you. Please let us hasten up. We can hear you. Okay, God bless you. God bless you, Ngozi. Okay. So we are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, and we are live on Zoom. So at least these platforms, we are live on them. What I was trying to say before the network became so epileptic that we couldn't continue. I want to sincerely thank God for the lives of some of us who know what it is to make themselves available to the Lord for His use. It's not easy, I must say, and I want to also encourage those people. Adoniamo is not giving you an award, but what I want to assure you is that God, whom you are serving, will surely, surely, and surely reward your sacrifices. Truth be told, times are hard. Times are hard. And every day, especially those of us in Nigeria, Africa, every day the situation of things continue to, the situation of things continue to worsen day in, day out. The things get bad every day, every day, every day. So if you're looking at the way things are, you will not do anything. If you're looking at the way situation of things are, you will not do any charity to anybody, because you will first of all say that you are the person that needs charity. I remember one of our priests when we were in the seminary. He told us about one seminarian then. It was during Easter. Was usually in seminary during Easter, during Lent, we contribute. We do some penances and sacrifices and things like that. To assist the poor. So, unfortunately for him, for the young man, the seminarian, so he, who is saying here on Facebook, no volume. Excuse me. Someone is saying Here on Facebook, no volume. Is that a current information? Is that true? Please, before I continue, is that true that note that Zoom has gone completely here on Facebook, no volume? Is that true? Who is there? Is that no volume on Facebook on Zoom? Is there no volume on Zoom? Those who are on Zoom or you on Facebook, please, you can actually make a comment either on Zoom or on Facebook. So please, see that there is no more sound on Zoom and there's no sound on Facebook. Please let us be. Someone is saying we can hear you. Someone is saying we can hear you. So what is Mother General? Join now. What are you saying? Clarify yourself so that we don't get confused. Someone said again, we can hear you. So you said Zoom has gone completely here on Facebook, no volume. So maybe it's your network because there are people who are still on Zoom now, and people are also hearing me on Facebook. I suppose I don't know if anyone is on YouTube, but if you're on YouTube too, you know we are live there too. So the seminarian was saying that why would they be looking for somebody who is in need, whereas look at him. Why would they be looking for somebody outside who needs or who needed help when he is the chief, the chief of those in need? So you can imagine that. So it may look funny, but that meant a lot. And the priest told us that the guy was almost being expelled because of that. So he hadn't any spirit of charity. So he wanted the charity that should be done, to people or for people to be for him. Yes, you are clear on YouTube. Someone say, thank you, Vivian. God bless you. You are clear. So whoever that is not, just get to YouTube, get to Facebook, get to Zoom. These three platforms, we are live on them, simultaneously. So the link we made available on WhatsApp, aimed at helping you to log in. Please, I asked, I'm requesting from Vivian, please, could you make available the link of Zoom, on Facebook, on YouTube, to the page? Please, Vivian Salem, please, could you make available the link for YouTube? For those who don't have Facebook account or those who don't have the Zoom app, they can just Google it. So what I was saying is this. It wasn't a good thing. It wasn't a good experience for him and for some of us that he could say something like that. That people needed help, and he himself felt that he should be the one that the help should be rendered to, or should be given the help. In our time too, because of the situation of things, our government, society, families, so many things put together. Many of us also think that they should be the one that should receive help. Please, Ngozi, make it available on WhatsApp page, please. Whoever is already on Facebook here does not need that link because the person is already following to the here. So, what am I trying to say? What I'm saying is this: let us not fall into the temptation of, thinking that we should be the one that should receive help. That we are the ones needing help. Many of us may think that way, and when we think that way, our eyes will be closed to sufferings and challenges of people. Our eyes will be closed to people's challenges. Yes. So let me quickly say that this broadcast is meant only for all of us. It's not outside our platform. So that is why it's on YouTube, on WhatsApp, on Facebook. This is a group, Facebook group, not the general page. And then um, the Zoom. So that's why. So it is like we are discussing like a family. From wherever you are, you can make your input. I will always see it. I will see the comments you are making at once at a go. So that is why we are having this discussion, more or less like a discussion. It's actually supposed to be um, where we share our we express ourselves. It's like a feedback. So I will quickly give us 10 reasons why this soap uh, partnership is interesting. Yes, soap meeting. It's like soap meeting. So yes, and I said in the evening what soap meeting is. I wouldn't have time. I would have given you the functions of soap. Soap as what we use to wash. I'm giving us the functions of soap, but we all know what soap is and what it is used for. So I wouldn't need to belabor you on that. But two things you must note about soap. Yes. Two things you must note at least about soap. You can use soap on your cloth, that is on object. Yeah, what can be an object? Plate, utensils, and the rest of them, surfaces, those can be objects. You can also use soap on your body. So you see how good soap is. Soap is used on external objects, things outside your body, and also soap is used on our body. And in either of these aspects, either on the body or on objects like clothes, plates, table, and the rest of them, one thing is central: restoration or preservation of purity, restoration or preservation of cleanliness. So say cleanliness or say cleanliness. So it is important that we know that in either of them, in either of them, either of them, that is what it does. So, in other words, what am I saying? What I'm saying is this: if you are a soap, or if you are in soap, if you are part of soap, know it that your assignment, the work, the objective you have undertaken is to remove what is unwanted, the dirt, the debris, the disfigurement, you know, those no, that is the refuses, those shafts that tend to be plowed or cover, the goodness of an entity. In this case, we're talking about the human person. So this outreach will help us to remove what is not necessary, what is not needed, what is beclouding and covering and masking the beauty of the human person. Be it a woman that we want to give help, be it a man, there is something that is not desirable in the life of that person that we are coming in to remedy. That is it. So, and when this is done, the beauty, the purity, the integrity, the dignity, the excellence of the human person, of that particular person, or persons, or thing will be better experienced and appreciated. So if you see what I have just done now is to transpose the uses, the usage, the function, the effect of the normal soap we know and we use, which I know every one of us hearing me must have used it today or is about to use it. To transpose it to the soap we are talking about in Salem. So that we know we have a function of making foam. And in this foam, we wash off what is not needed to bring about the purity, the neatness of that is washed. And in case you don't know, the charity you do, the good you do, the alms you give, each of these each of them goes a long way, not only to purify, to sanitize, to cleanse, but also to restore joy. I remember one time the charity was done to one woman, and the woman started crying. I said, what was it? The man said, that who has ever done charity for her or to her in recent time? That was it. So that is it. So it should stay crying. So you see, you do charity to somebody, the person is elated. The person is filled with joy, 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 all multiplying. So it's important that we know the power and the excellence of charity. So it is good that you know. It's good that you know that charity, charity, charity restores life. It adds value to life. So it's interesting that you and I should know about this, so that we don't think that what is being asked is amorphous or is too sublime. No, it's not too sublime. It is something within our reach. It is something that we can do. So let me quickly give us 10, 10 principles or 10 factors why you need to be a member of SOAP or one of our partners. Salem as a ministry, which you know, I have always been saying that is a Catholic ministry, is a Catholic evangelical ministry that is purely out for evangelism. Evangelism is broad. That's why I say broad. Evangelism is broad than adoration ministry. Like most of us are familiar with adoration ministries and the rest of them. Evangelical ministry is all encompassing. It has praying in it. It has outreach. It has preaching the word. It has teaching. It has life coaching. That is a evangelizare. It is to bring light. So whatever that is needed, whatever that should be put together, to piece together, to see that the human person is thoroughly, divinely, and humanly evangelized in order to be transformed, then you bring that to fore. So it is not all about praying. It's all about preaching. It's all about teaching. It also involves going out, reaching out. So the mission is clearly spelled. That's why it is evangelical ministry. And what do we evangelize? What do we preach? We preach about abundant life, which in John chapter 10, verse 10, Jesus says that I have come that they will have life. I have come. So you see Jesus coming, leaving his position to come, to step into the fate and the situation of men. He came to evangelize us, to lead us out of darkness into his wonderful light. When you read Luke chapter 1 from verse 76, you get that very well. To bring us on also First Peter chapter 2, verse 29, made it clear. So you see, Jesus leading us out of darkness into his marvelous light. So you see, evangelization is about leading out and leading to, leading from and leading to, leading out and leading in. So he leads us out of darkness and leads us into light, the kingdom of light. So what we do in Salem is to announce this message of Jesus Christ, which is abundant life. And our presence brings peace. That is why it is Salem. So it is in the course of announcing this message, whoever we encounter will experience this peace, which is enshrined in the abundance of life. So this mission and mandate is not a one-man thing. It's not about Father Onyamo. It's not about Salem prayer team. No, it is not meant for few persons. It is meant for all of us. And I said at the beginning, if you think that you are the person that need help, that you are the only person that help should be rendered to, you be mistaken. Because even if somebody gives you 500 naira as a gift, if you must pay your tithe, you should pay 15 naira out of it. But some of us think that all those things are removed from us because we are poor or because we think we are poor. No. If you think you are poor, there are persons, there are people you are better off. Very interesting. So without wasting time and without talking much, because I'm going to end any moment from now so that you can ask your questions. The 10 principles or 10 reasons which I want you to note. I'm going to make document available if the network was going through. I would have shared the screens to you in all the platforms. You have gotten you have gotten the documents. So interesting. So the first principle you must note is this, that God commanded us to go into the world and evangelize. Know it today from Father Onyamo. Know it today that there is no excuse. You don't have any excuse to give for not being part of evangelization. Matthew chapter 28, verse 19, Jesus says, go into the world. That was the last mandate Jesus gave them before he ascended into heaven. He said, go into the world and make disciples. Go into the world and evangelize. He made it very, very clear. So if you think that this message is meant for priests only, you will be wrong. No, you'll be wrong. You get me wrong. It is for all of us. And you and I are called as disciples of Jesus to be part of it. So it's interesting that we know this. Again, so the first point or principle I noted is we have a command, a mandate to go into the world and evangelize. So it is a mission we all have received from Christ. 2, know that nobody can believe unless he hears. Faith comes by hearing the word of God. But how can they hear, as Paul says, unless somebody is sent? Unless someone is sent. So, but not all of us can go to mission. There are those who can go physically. There are those who can give to those who are going. Please get my explanation very, very well so that don't mix up anything. How can they hear if nobody is sent? And how can they believe if they don't hear? In other words, for them to believe, they must hear. And for them to hear, somebody must be sent. And for somebody to be sent, somebody must, or people must support that going, that mission. Let us know this. Let us not think that grace has been ordained to go to mission. You have a role to play in the support of mission. 3. Jesus says, the harvest is rich, but the laborers are few. That's the third principle. Do you want to be part of the laborers? Yes. The harvest is rich, but the laborers are few. Do you want to be part of the laborers? You want to be part of those who are making the laborers few? If Jesus wants, or if God desires rich harvest, what it means is that all of us should join the wagon. All of us should join the train, the gospel train, the evangelical train. Your parish priest will not tell you this. Yes. Some of us, our parish priest will not tell us this. Our pastors will not tell us this. They will tell you to buy suit for them, buy shoe for them. The gospel message cannot reach to the commonest man or woman in the village unless somebody goes there to preach, unless somebody supports them. So that is the harvest is rich for the laborers. So become part of the laborers. Yes. 4th, the 4th point is this. The 4th principle. Mission depends on the church, and the church is you and I. Let me tell you, nobody, no other group in this world can go on mission, can go on outreach, except the church, and you and I are the church. No other group can go to mission except you and I. Unless you and I are ready, mission will remain stagnated. That is the 5th principle. 6th, okay, 5th. We are blessed to bless others. Nobody is too poor that he or she does not have anything to give to somebody. It is not possible. No matter how poor we are, there are persons we are better off. That is the truth. And you and I must know this. Let us not think, that that let us not think we are not better. We are not better. We are just we are good for nothing. No, no, no. We are better off. We are better off. So, and if we know this, then if we know this, we see that whatever we have, we can actually use it to serve God. Actually use it to serve God. So, know it today that you are better off. You are better off. So we are blessed to bless others. And unless we take this serious, unless we take it as a serious call, we will be trivializing it. That is the truth. We are blessed to bless others. And how do we bless others? Through using what we have, our time, our resources, and the rest of them. Yes. That is the truth. Unless we know this. Then the sixth point is that the sixth principle, it is the safest and the most profitable investment to make. Investment to make. Jesus says, save for yourself treasure in heaven, where it will not be what? Eaten up by rats. It will not collapse, not like MMM. I know many of us that put millions. I know many of us that put millions in MMM, and the money crashed. MMM crashed, and the money. What if, for instance, you put 5 million in MMM and you didn't get that cover? You die? No. But have you ever put 5 million in charity? No, it's not possible. Who can ever say that? I think. If you were told that MMM will collapse, put this money in charity, you will not believe it. One woman called me that day that MBA Forex had her money before December. That she put around is it 3 million or something like that. I don't know how much she put up. So I was saying, sorry, but even by October, November, MBA has started having problem. And in December, still collected their money. This woman wicked. I felt for the woman. And the woman, she met me at Omok when I was on program. She lives in Lagos. So you see it. If, for instance, you put 2 million there and you ask someone, okay, madam, you pay type 200,000 sales, but I don't know what they're saying. How can we pay type 200,000? How can you ask? You see it? The raw money is hanging. That is it. The safest place to save is in the house of God, is in this type of program. 7, there is a reward for this type of lifestyle. I want us to have a lifestyle of charity, lifestyle of outreach. Even when we talk about outreach, that kind, I think it was only 2 or 3 persons responded. Say, these people, do they understand what Father Yemo is talking about? I don't think they understood. Because if you did, someone was sharing a testimony with me of how God saved a daughter from death yesterday. And this is somebody whom I know very, very well that is into so much, that is enormous charity. I know this person very well. She is a charity person. In fact, I never become charity. When I was talking about this soap, she didn't even allow me to finish. She said, Father, in fact, I am already out of it. I will follow it to the end. Said, I'm going to commit $500 for the course for this soap. You may think that $500 is a small money, or you also think that is a big money. Either ways, in Nigerian money is over 200 something thousand. Yes. But that also is a small money. Somebody can say, no, I want to give $5,000. Which of the speakers, please? Which speaker, please? The sign should mute. Which speaker? Okay, that should be Zoom. Zoom. Okay. Let's see. Sorry. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Those on Facebook. Can you hear me now? Those on Facebook. Can you hear me now on Facebook? Can you hear me now on Facebook? Can you hear me now on Facebook? Can you hear me 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 on Facebook? This network has been so bad today. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Who can hear me on Facebook? Please, could you? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me on Facebook? Okay. Wow. This network hasn't been this bad before. Wow. Oh, this network hasn't been this bad recently. Okay. You can hear me now. You can hear me now. You can hear me. I'm sick. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, so so you can hear me now clearly. So what I don't know what was the last thing you heard, so I could maybe refresh them. What was the last thing you heard, please? Just note what the last thing you heard. Thank you, Ngozi. God bless you. Thank you, Mother General. Thank you, Tommy, and the Apaka, and rest of you that pointed out the break in the transmission voice. God bless you. So, would it be possible for me to know the last thing you heard? Just what point was I before you stopped hearing me? What point was I? What point was I? What point was I, please? Hello? Could you talk? So that I know the last thing you heard. Just point out, let me know the last number you heard. Please let us make this to flow fast. What was the last point? Maybe number five. No, that is you just said that's the general point. That's the general thing. I was talking number one, number two, number three, number four, number five, number six. What point? That in that order. That's just the whole thing I'm talking is on mission. So let me know the last point. I said the first one is commanding God commanded us to be part of missionaries to go into the organization. Second one is that how can they hear if nobody is sent? And I explained that. The third that yeah, the harvest is rich, but the laborers are few. And then the, the fourth point, I say that the mission depends on us. Nobody can go to mission if not we. The government will not take mission as their work. Then the fifth one, I say that we are blessed to bless. Then the sixth one, I say that it is the safest place to invest. The seventh one is that there is a reward. So I was in the seventh point before I saw your comment. Okay, granted, no problem. Um, Ngozi, you said number three. Number three. So number three is the laborers are few. There are few laborers, but the harvest is indeed rich. So and we have to be part of these laborers. We have to be part of God's laborers. We have to be part of God's laborers. Yes. Very important. Very important. We have to be part of God's laborers. Let us not think that yeah, it's meant for some particular persons. It's actually meant for all of us. The work of God is meant for every one of us. All of us are invited. All of us are included. All of us. All of us. So let us not make the mistake that some people are making and thinking that the work of God is for some people, is for priests only, it's for all of us. So please let us not make that mistake. So are we still being heard? Or has the voice ceased again? Someone is waiting for that. Who is waiting for that? Someone is waiting for that. What is happening? So So the long and short of all we are saying, the long and short of all we are saying this evening is this, that God gave a command for us to become evangelizers. That's the first point. And because this evangelical work is important, we have to get into it. The reason is this, that those who are supposed to benefit from this work, they cannot benefit unless we go. How can they hear if nobody is sent? We know about this commandment, this mandate, but how many of us get involved? And because the harvest is rich, those who are supposed to hear this message, those who are supposed to be touched, the lives are supposed to be touched, are so much. The life is so much. Life is so much. There are a lot of people who need help, who need assistance so much. And we are the ones to undertake this task with the church. The mission depends on us. It's for us. I want you to understand the chronology that is in order. Very important. And we have something to bring into this work. We are blessed to bless others. Yes, we are blessed. And in the course of using what we have to touch the lives of others, we are making the most safest and the most secure investment in life. That is the sixth point. So, as we use what God has given us to work for Him, to support mission, we are investing securely. That was when I talked about MMM, that swallowed people's money. Millions of people, millions of naira belonging to people. We are swallowed. Yes, that is it. So as we make this excellent investment, there is reward for us. So it's like you are putting your money in the bank and you look forward to get interest. There is eternal reward for it. But that is not all. It is a way of proving that we love our neighbors, our fellow brothers and sisters as ourselves. Very important. Why I'm saying this is for us to know so that we understand the theology behind soup. The ninth point is in expressing this love we have for one another, we are glorifying God, who is the God we see in those persons. And when we do this, the end point or the last point is that we are establishing the kingdom of God here on earth. When we pray, say, Our Father who art in heaven, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth. And what that is it. You see it. And then to establish this kingdom of God here on earth is to create opportunities. We create opportunities. And what are those opportunities? That is where the outreach comes. We take up some scholarship or sponsorship programs. Somebody will say, why do you more be wanting to undertake this kind of task? Yeah. The point is that 10 years to come, God giving us life. When we look back, we say, wow, what we started in fully in 2021, we have, this is where it has led us. It will become like a movement, a movement, a movement. You will teach your children about it. You will teach your children about it. Yes, that is it. We create opportunities. And when we create opportunities, we impact lives. We impact communities. We impact individuals. And once these impacts are made, life is transformed. Life becomes worth living. So the soul will now do its work. So you see, the final point is transformation of lives. The final point of a soup, the aim of using soap to wash is to get your clothes or your body clean. That is it. To look better than it was. That is it. So at this point, I will leave the floor open for you to pose or ask your questions. Please feel free to ask your questions. Please feel free to ask your questions so that we can can help you, can help to respond. We can help you to answer the questions. So you may ask your questions now. Okay, Mother General, I can hear you. I'm hearing you. Huh? You are there. Okay. You are joining from where now? Where are you asking this question? From Zoom, Abby? Eh? Mother General? Eh? Okay, you're on Zoom. Very well, very well. Okay. Okay, you said uh, 10 to 11. You got 10. Yes, but the question you are asking now is on Zoom. Okay, thank you. Okay. The 7 to 10 is that I said that Okay. Now, 7 to 10. This investment we are making is investment that has reward, that profits. Like so, the seventh one is there is a reward for it, and this reward is eternal. That's it. So, and I made mention people who invested in MMM, and both their capitals and their profits crashed. People also invested in big companies like that, and they collapsed. They bankrupted. So this investment is one that has eternal reward. So that's 7 points. Whether we like it or not, there is a word for it. Then the 8th point is that this is a practical way to prove our love for somebody else. It's a practical. You don't say, I love you, I love humanity, no, help me to love one another. No, it has to be practical. So it is practical expression of love. Yes. Then the 9th point, in doing this, we are glorifying God. God is being glorified. So it's a way of praising God, giving God thanks, paying Him back more or less, if we can say we pay God back. So it all gives glory to God. God gives glory. Then the 10th point, I said, we establish the kingdom of God here. So the kingdom come is the fact that this will be the evidence, the fruit that life is transformed. We'll see it before we go to the kingdom that is to come. So Israel is a clear picture, the clear picture that we have. So that whoever gets into it will know that he or she is getting into something. Not everybody, but who is in, but is also open to everybody. Unfortunately, the network didn't allow us to have the best of the participation this night. But, those of you who stayed till now, thank you. So I suppose your question is answered. So you see, this kingdom establishment manifests in creating opportunities, impacting in persons, and then life is transformed. So you see that yes, in the next 5 years, when you look back, you say, yes, life has been transformed, or lives have been transformed, lives have been impacted. So you see the reality of the kingdom in our midst. I don't know if your question has answered. Eh? Okay. Okay. Who else has a question? Eh? Yeah, I'm asking those who are. You can ask your question by typing. Maybe if you're on Facebook, you're just watching on Facebook, you can only type. You will not be able to ask on audio. Except those who are on Zoom can ask. Yes, so let us quickly make our questions and submissions. The time those of you who stay till now. God bless you. Okay, nobody has any question. It's okay. Well, in a nutshell, and in the final submission for tonight, let me quickly say that the the invitation to be part of this, the invitation to be the invitation to be part of the invitation to be part of this program is not by chance that we are having it. And the invitation for us to be part of it also is not one that is done arbitrarily. Came from a true prayerful, serious prayerful reflection. So that is interesting that we know. It's interesting that we know uh, that all of us are invited. All of us are invited so that we can actually take part in it. Nobody is nobody is no, we're not looking at anybody particularly to say that it must be this person's, but we are leaving it open to everyone. There are categories in it which we must take on board. So so there are categories that will help us. We have maybe one month, one 2 months, one 3 months, 6 months, 1 year participation. There's something that you have to decide prayerfully and know that you have committed yourself to it. Maybe after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, you may reconsider. Say, I don't think I can continue with this. It is something you are going to decide that you have to be part of. And I wouldn't be saying here the chances and the benefits that we have as when we are if we consent to this partnership call, but there are benefits, not only material benefit, yes, because time will come when we will have to be traveling around the world. Some of you who are already in America and Europe will say, where else can we go? Yes, but there are spiritual benefits because we'll be having special days of prayer in a week, prayer and fasting, maybe a day, and then masses will be offered to us. Those who also are beneficiaries of our outreach, of course, their prayers will be going for us. I know most of us are involved in one charity or the other. I know that. But let me tell you why I'm actually saying this in the first place. I know that the foundation of most big organizations today that that most of them have strong allies and strong, partnership with big prayer ministers, big one. So they sold into those ministers and they continue to sow. So everything this prayer ministry or whatever does spiritually, of course, they are benefiting from it. But you will not know. You will think that it is just there that they are smart business strategy. That is fine. But beyond this business strategy idea, there is an altar or there are altars speaking for them. Yes, I agree with you. Not everyone will tell you this. Some big men will not tell you this. You think that they are smart. Yes. Many of us still pay tithes. I don't want to talk about tithes. It's not be as if I'm asking you to pay tithe to me. So, but it's just for you to know that you will be securing your glory. You will be anchoring your life and your investment and your resources on a ministry that is alive and active. Yes. And you become a beneficiary of all our prayers and the rest of it. So it's a challenge that I'm throwing up to you. It's a challenge. Personally, I have prayed for this, I have prayed about it, I prayed about it. For me to bring it public is for you to know that it's something that I need you to be part of. It will not be difficult for me to just, and pick one or two or three persons and say, okay, but you are 1,000 naira, you are 2,000 naira, you are 5,000 naira, you are $1, you are £1, £1, or whatever. Each of them can go a long way to put a smile on someone else's face. So I want you to ask your questions now. Please, please ask your question. You may, if you're just ask your question, don't just be listening alone. Ask your question. It's supposed to be like a meeting together. Please ask your question. Someone should be able to ask, Father, how do we participate? How do we become? What are their categories? Are their levels? Is it a monthly? Is it that I've said is we have monthly, you have 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. So yeah, that is the level 1, 2, 3, 6, 1 year. So is there a particular amount of money or is there a particular thing? You know, if we are serious and we form, that is, we become a body that is alive and active, we can even meet at a particular time in the year and have something like summit. Choose a time, but that is what we come later. And anyway, let me not say everything until when you pick interest, then begin to explain to you some other things as should. So ask your question. Now, it's just few of you that are on now. Those of you, if you're on Zoom, I'm sure the Zoom network is a bit clearer now. So if you're on Zoom, you can ask. If you are on Facebook, you can ask. If you are on YouTube, you can ask. Please ask that we can get going. Anyone is waiting for your questions, please. Please ask your question. I'm asking you to ask your questions, please. The network is back full time. So ask, please. Nobody has a question? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Hmm? Would you turn the volume of your laptop off? Could you turn the volume of your listening down because it's having a hallback? Well, that was a good question. The question you asked was a good one. So the question you asked, like someone who has interest. Yes, someone may say that someone may say that he or she would want to partner for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or maybe at least a stretch. You say, okay, I want to, I want to contribute 5,000 every month for this course, 10,000 every month for this course, 20,000 every month for this course, 50,000 every month for this course, 100,000 for that case. So you say and say, okay, I'm going to get involved just 3 months. Or I want to do one for 3 months. I'll be doing 3 months, 3 months. I'll pay upfront 3 months, 3 months. Not like every month. I bring 10,000, 10,000. So, but the categories we have are based on months, not weeks, not like weeks. So it's something from 5,000 so that even if you are to give somebody something at the end of the month, you know you are looking at something. So not 500. We may still have people who may put together around, but it's not second collection kind of outreach. So yes, I know there are people who may not even afford 5,000. But we know also where we place these people. To really need to move on to do something so that we know the mandate we want to undertake. Even for instance, the subscriptions I used to live on now, you know the amount, but this is not even the aspect of what we're talking about. And other some other things. So the real outreach we're talking about is not to buy Maggie and pepper. That's not that kind of money. That is part of it. It is far beyond that. We're talking about when we look after 5 years, we say yes, life have been transformed, or lives have been transformed. And then those persons or those people who must have been beneficiaries can get along and also the people start impacting the life of others. So we have a categories that we run like 5,000 things for most of us are Nigerians. 5,000 naira, 5,000 to 50,000. The category we have categories that will move from 50,000 to 100,000. And we have categories that go beyond 100,000. I don't know if I answered your question, Mariana. So I don't know if I answered your question or if that answers your question. I'm all ears.
Financial outreach. Financial outreach to help travel activities, people that are contributing on a monthly basis. Sort of monthly or periodical basis to fund certain activities. This is the outreach we're seeking for. Seeking as well as understanding monthly or periodical basis.
Could you turn their own? Could you turn your speaker off? Because we are hearing you, back. You are having feedback from what you are saying. No, what I'm saying is that if you don't, no, if you speak, see what I'm saying now. No, do you know why it's having that? The speakers are on. So just use earphone or whatever. Use earphone, or if you never don't if you're using ear Bluetooth. But once the speakers are on, it's okay. Yeah, it's better. It's better. It's better. It's better. I can hear you. So finish what you are saying. Okay. 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 Thank you. Yes. What I was saying is, what I meant by that is, someone would want, somebody may not want monthly contribution. Somebody may say, okay, I'll be contributing fortnightly. That is the first quarter of the year, second quarter of the year, something like that. So whatever I do, whatever I want to contribute to be 3 months, not every month. People I'm being reminded, or I am. So let me just do it. And I know it's July, I know it's September, that kind of stuff. So you have also 1 month. I said you have monthly, 2 months, you have 3 months, you have 6 months, you have 1 year. But somebody will not say uh, 5. This is for 5 years. It will look like just like just I don't know how it looks like. So that the much that somebody can, no matter what the person wants to bring, it's more than a year. Like that. So that we know that you are still with us because we still need that contact. It's not even about what the person brings. So even if we meet once, we not this once a year, we must sit together. But if somebody says 5 years, 2 years, so it means 2 years, not even how many will not. Because the person will not feel what it will be like paying my due. It's not still also like a due. It's not necessarily about due. Because once you talk about due, it will be like a contribution what I want to make. That's, and then let me correct something. When you said like sponsoring Salem program. Good, yes and no. The Salem itself, I'm a priest, and I know the things I undertake. I know the things I've already even undertaken. I know the ones that I'm yet to undertake. Not every priest does those things, and not every priest will do them. Not because I'm special, but because I see the need or the needs for those things. And because also what the Lord keeps saying, what He keeps saying. Even my being a Cameroon, for instance, the Lord said, I know what He has already told me but before I came to this place, what He wants me to do here. So, but it is something also beyond where I am now. So, because Salem did not start in Cameroon here. You know. So the long and short of what I'm trying to say is there are other things that are, yes, Salem spearheads it, but it is not about you want to do, you want to buy that house, okay. You want to buy that. I know there was a time I organized a crusade in that town. People sponsored that crusade, even to bring band, hire band for 3 days, canopies, and shares, wire, well, and the rest of them settle, even speakers that came, the speakers as guest speakers. People, that kind of outreach, that kind of township crusade and stuff like that. Why people don't do so much? Because it's capital intensive. So if you need to stage those kind of programs and they have bills and the rest of them and stuff like that, you need finance to do that. Someone will say, okay, I want to bring 4 bags of rice. For every month, I'll be bringing a bag of rice. That there are people that will be giving rice. Okay. But say, okay, tell me, is there anybody that will be trained in nursery school or secondary school? Okay, give me 2 of them. I will pay for their first time. So we have those categories. Also, okay, we have a case of somebody who to bed, but there's nobody to take care of that person's need. It's not as if we want to put our head and carry people's problem. There are people with problems that they don't know way out of it. So that is just a picture of what we're talking about. So it's like a movement, more or less, not just about a certain program, like online programs and stuff like that. The other day, was it like first Sunday of the month, our outreach group had visits. They visited people, you know, and they prayed for them, gave them, some of them give them, some of them not even come to church again. And there are many other people of that kind. So almost every ministry and every church that knows what it's doing anywhere has this outreach, reaching out as the practical way of proving their credibility. Well, they must say, you may use word credibility, but at least you can say it's reaching out because Jesus reached out. So it is a call, and it is a mandate, and it's also an appeal. Where if you make this call and the people don't respond, we'll be doing the little we can. We will not go far. But I know that there are people who are already out for it, who want, they just need like a platform, and they want to be sure that whatever is given is used judiciously. And also they want to invest in things that are profitable. Yes, invest in things that are profitable, that will profit them. So that is that. So I don't know if anyone else has something to ask, but we'll call it a day. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. We are with you very well. Very well. Very well. Very well. Hello? Are you there? Yes. Yes, you're correct. You're correct. You're correct. Of course, this is a accountable, being accountable. Hmm? Okay, thank you. God bless you. Okay, I don't think anyone else has a question. Okay, thank you for your time and may God bless all of you. It's almost 12 after 12 here. Maybe due to the bad network, many people didn't join. I don't know why. Network hasn't been this bad recently, but thank you for time and all that. God bless all of you. So we will keep you updated as time and as things unfold. So I ask the Lord to bless you, to protect you, to keep you safe in all that you do. May you enjoy his mercy, enjoy his favor, enjoy his goodness and graciousness in all that you do. May he show you mercy, may he show you favor, may you experience his manifold blessings in your life. So I have a lot of blessings to favor you, to sustain you in your lives, in your families, decades, and all that you do for the time you have spent this night, almost 2 3 hours for the welfare and the good of others. May God also, take about you, also bring people, men and women of substance, will also spend time ironing out things and ways to impact and contribute in their lives. May God bless and sustain you in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. So thank you and God bless you. Okay. Good night, everyone. Good night. God bless you. Good night. Good night. Bye. This network.